And we're live. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Financial Prepper, Chris and Stacey, and you just get Stacey today. And we want to talk today about, are you actually really prepared? And some of this might be a little bit more for women than men, because Chris isn't here to talk about the men tools or whatever. But I want to talk about this, guys. I want to talk about whatever you guys, look what's going on in the world right now. If you look what's happening overseas, if you look at the various wars that are happening, if you look at the devastation, which by the way, my prayers go out to all the victims. And by the way, also, I do not want any negative comments in the chat. What side you're on, that's not what's important right now. We want to talk about how prepared are you actually, how prepared are you? Really seriously, when you walk through your house or your apartment or your condo or wherever you live, how prepared actually are you? And when you look at what's going on with different areas in this country, look what's going on with Africa even right now and different places like that. You've got Ukraine, Israel, all this kind of Gaza, all this kind of stuff. What can you do to be prepared? What if that was to happen here? And we don't like to think about that kind of stuff sometimes. And it kind of gets daunting. And you got what's going on with inflation right now. You've got what's going on with possibly interest rates hikes, possibly not, all this kind of different things. It's just an uncertain world that we're living in. So I want to bring you some solutions that personally I do. Some of it was Chris and I do, but Chris mainly does it from the tool standard, where I do it from kind of a standard from a home. It's just simple things that you just sometimes take for granted and you don't think about it. So let's get into it for a little bit. First off, I want to start with electricity is so huge. You guys, if we do not have electricity, I heard right now that they just shut off the whole electrical grid in a couple of areas around the world. If you don't have electricity, that is a big issue. And we're talking everything from sometimes if you have a well water to money supply to buying groceries to all that kind of stuff. So I recommend, one, having a little cash on hand. And you know me, I am gold and silver, which by the way, I'm gonna give a piece away in a little bit, because Chris and I, we have not been on live together in a while lately to give a piece away. But electricity is huge, and our electrical grid in the United States is so, in my opinion, is very vulnerable. And if that is something that I think that you need to pay attention to, as you guys know, we're looking into solar panels right now. We're getting several different bids. We're talking to several different companies, and that is one of our next big projects. Chris is actually out, and the second thing I want to talk about is water. Chris is actually out right now on the track hoe because we're making our pond bigger, one, so that we can utilize the dirt, and two, so that we can also have more water. We get fresh water runoff from like about, 18 acres or something. Actually, I think he's pulling up right now. He doesn't even know I'm doing a live stream. But so we're doing water right now. And that's one of the reasons why you want to come say hi. I'm live stream. I'm talking about how to be prepared. Come on, babe. But we're talking about some water right now. And water, you guys, hey, jump on and say hi.
I just came to sharpen my chainsaw.
That's what he's doing right now. He's cutting down timber right now that we're going to use in our property. This is some stuff. Yeah, I'm alive right now. Come on, join me. You don't ever get to join me. I'm talking about right now, are you prepared? So we were talking about water, electricity, and you guys, I want to show you a tip. So this is what we do. I buy these all the time because we have well water, and I take vinegar. Let me tell you, vinegar, I'm kind of this way. Sorry, you have to join in with me because I didn't do it horizontal. Vinegar is an awesome tool. Vinegar, thanks for, oh, so good she showed up. Yeah. We don't ever get to do videos together anymore.
I'm busy.
I know. He's out on the track coach.
Tell us about vinegar.
Vinegar right now, we use it for everything. So whenever I have empty water bottles or empty water gallons, so whenever I think something, I keep water gallon all the time. And I put this in there when the water gallon is empty. You actually taught me that trick. And it keeps the bacteria from
Right,
growing.
and I've got a...
It is good to see you.
Yeah.
You don't get to join me.
There's several uses for vinegar, but putting it on your berries, washing your berries
strawberries
and fruit. Guys,
fruit.
look here. Hope you can hear me. Where's the mic?
I don't have a mic. I'm using the phone. Way to go.
You don't have it on there very good.
No, this is just me doing it.
Okay. All right, I didn't know. Anyway, So, guys, if you'll take your berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, those kind of things, as soon as you buy them, and
Don't touch it.
that's on a wing and a prayer.
Don't touch it.
As soon as you buy them, put a glug. Bloop bloop.
Good thing Stacey wasn't wearing a skirt.
You can measure it if you want to, but it just the main thing is put the vinegar on your berries, fill it up with water. I have a plastic container, and shake them. Let them sit for 3 minutes or so.
Yep, it does.
Rinse them with water one time. You want a little bit of vinegar left over. You're not going to be able to taste it, and it will kill the bacteria on your berries, and they will last probably 3 or 4 times longer. It's crazy how much longer they last once you do them like that. So rinse them in that vinegar. I learned that trick on a YouTube long time ago. I've been using it ever since.
Well, this is you're kind of coming on the video, but I'm kind of talking from a woman's point of view, so you have to jump in with a few things that I was going to talk about. One, we were talking about electricity, and I was telling them get cash on hand. If you don't have cash on hand, I'm going to give away a piece of silver in a little bit.
That's awesome.
Because we haven't done that in a while. And then we were talking about, so now we talked about water. I want to talk about food. And this is kind of from, as when I started out, it's kind of a woman's perspective a little bit.
Right.
But I go through inventory all the time, and Chris will tell you, I go through our inventory and I say, all right, this is where we're lacking. And I'm telling you guys, with what you see what's going on in the world right now, and you've got electricity going out in certain places, you've got water supply in certain places, you've got different things. You guys, I want to tell you, I cannot recommend, you need to dry can rice, oatmeal, different things like this. You need to learn how to can. You women that do not know learn how to can, you need to learn how to can. Vacuum seal. If you don't have it, you need to learn to vacuum seal. I know these are simple things, and we talk about this stuff all the time, but I think I was talking to M&J, Jen, the other day, and sometimes I think you just need to go back to the basics, and you need to say, reevaluate. And you and I were talking about that the other day, about you need to go back to the basics and say, go ahead, you're wanting to say something.
No, go ahead. When you're talking about prepping, it's not a weirdo prepper thing.
It's being safety.
The odds of us going to war are
going up
very high. I mean, I can't see us in our lifetime not seeing war here. And, nobody really realizes or thinks about that. Or maybe you do, a lot of you do, I'm sure. But the odds of it not happening on U.S. soil is not very good. The next war will be probably a lot different. But we're starting to see, I know you're not talking about what's going on over there in Israel.
Well, I told them we're no negative comments. No matter what side
I'm sure
you're on.
YouTube has got a plan, and I don't know what it is.
Nope.
And I could care less to try to get kicked off YouTube again. But that could very well happen here. And I want you to think through maybe 5 things that the Israelis wish they had most right now. What do you think the people that are literally being raped and killed and slaughtered, what do you think they need right now? What would be one thing you wish you had in that situation?
Yeah, and I wasn't really going to go down that path, but okay, I get that. I was trying to stay away from that.
The whole thing is, a way to defend yourself.
Okay, so that's another thing. As a woman and a man, you need, and I wasn't going to show it on camera, but that's what I was going to say. You need a seed and a seed dispenser. We know, we have a contact, you guys, and we've told you this before. If you're interested, I don't know if you can see the number behind me, 318-564-5823. We'll hook you up with him. But that is something, and as a woman, and because I kind of, as I started this video, was saying, can you, from a woman's perspective, because you were kind of busy at that point, but a woman also needs to know this kind of stuff, and I think it's very important, not only from your perspective, from a man's, but
sure.
I completely agree. And I do. That is one of the big things that I was going to say, and you need to know how to use it properly.
And where we live's pretty safe, but not too far away, it's not very safe.
Yeah.
And I would say pepper spray, at the minimum, have it on your person everywhere you go. Never leave without it. Have it just like next to your lipstick, okay? Have it handy.
That's good. Next to your lipstick.
And as far as your seed dispenser, a lot of people are uncomfortable carrying all the time. I know it's a pain in the butt. It's hard.
Well, I'm going to tell you also, women, You need a knife.
Okay, not just a knife though. I'm gonna up your game just a little bit.
Game?
Okay. This is one I carry all the time, chicks.
You need
Ladies.
one, and he's the one that has actually got me where I carry one everywhere I go
And
now.
you men that don't carry a knife, you ought to be carrying lipstick, okay?
Yep.
Now look, this knife has gizmos on the back of it. Screwdriver, a little punch and an awl and a can opener and a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. And it's also razor sharp and it's made in America.
What's the name of it?
It's a Leatherman, and it's actually made in America, and I love
That's
it.
even
I'm
better.
wearing the pan off of it, and I thought I lost it today, and I freaked out for a second. But if you'll carry this in your purse next to your lipstick that's next to your pepper spray, you'll have a razor sharp tool at your disposal all the time. And it's simple. I know a lot of people think, oh yeah, I got a knife somewhere in there. Have it handy. You never know when you're going to need to cut a seatbelt off of somebody. I'm serious. You never know when that comes up, when you're going to need it. And you're going to need it. Everybody has, and I actually carry one of these too in my pocket.
I was going to talk about that next, a flashlight. Every woman needs one of these too. We're talking about simple, basic things, you guys, that you don't think about, that you just need to put in your, and I'm going to talk about a bag too in a minute, and some gloves. Keep going. Show that. I'll show that. These are amazing, you guys.
These are stupid cheap.
Stupid cheap.
Chinese job because
every woman needs one of these.
They're like $2 or $3.
I'm going to show them. Here. Every woman needs one of
I already
these
showed them.
in their purse. Every woman.
Yeah.
In their car. You need one.
And your phone, your camera phone will work too. I get it, but
nope, you need one of
these. A
these.
little pen light will really, you can really see.
Yep. Everybody needs a pair of gloves. I said every woman needs a pair of gloves. Here's your phone. And here's
I
the
got
one.
a super cool hack for that, guys. I'm about to go get it. Go ahead.
Okay. You can tell I've worn the heck out of them. Chris can tell you how to actually make gloves last longer. But every woman needs a pair of gloves. I know you don't think about it, even if you live in an apartment. If you're living in, if things do go to you know what, then you're going to need a pair of gloves. You're not going to want to touch certain things. And I tell everybody all the time, I'm like, I use mine all the time. Get a pair of gloves. And you need a pair of boots. Every woman needs a pair of durable boots. They need something that's sturdy. And it's just back to the basics, you guys, of things. You guys, go hit that like button for us because we're trying to just go back to the basics right now and say, hey, what do you guys need? And I'm trying to get in the comments, but I'm kind of missing some of them. What are you going to say?
Okay, on the gloves.
On the gloves.
This little trick will make your gloves last a whole lot longer, usually, especially if you're working with metal and hot objects, sparks, flames, anything like that. I figured this trick out a long time ago. Nobody ever showed me this. Super glue, just regular super glue. On these gloves, there's these little threads, all right? They're sewn together right there. If you'll take that super glue and run down those threads as soon as you get them, you can get a cut on that thread. You can burn it. I do that a lot when I'm working welding, and it won't come apart because most of the time they separate right there at where they're sewed together. Now these gloves are like $13 a piece or something, $11, $13. So they're not cheap, and you get them muddy and nasty, you can wash them, but that's going to hurt the threads as well. But the super glue will help that really well. So I hope somebody will try that.
It does. Hand me my candle, and I'm going to show them this. All right, a couple more things, you guys. We got candles. These are, and we do have an affiliate link, but I don't even know if it's even in the description. But it doesn't matter if it is or not. You guys, these are awesome. These are from Patriots Supply. I have put them to the test. They're a 100-hour candle, and they actually work. They don't have soot. They don't have a funky smell. And when our electricity has gone off numerous times, which crazy lately it has, I have put these to the test. I put them all over the house, in the bathroom, and different things like that. Another thing I'm going to tell you guys, everybody's always like, oh, these candles, these matches.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, what? There's something with
Try
that.
it, Kurt. Hey, I'm going to try
The glove thing?
The glue thing. It works.
Oh, it does.
Really does. Anyway, sorry.
No, please. Baby, I don't ever care if you jump in.
Yeah.
These things right here, you guys, this is from a woman's point of view. Get these long, just stick them in a drawer somewhere, because those little bitty...
Why long matches?
Because when you try to light something, you got the little bitty ones, unless you have these, which I do have a ton of these. I say keep these on hand too. But if you don't, I always have these as a backup. This is just, I was from a woman's point of view before you walked up. This is just different things that I'm saying. And I got something else from Patriots Supply, and Chris laughs at me, but I love my bag.
For you. This really is a cool bag. It's a dry bag.
So it's a dry bag.
Patrick, got a super chat. Pray, pray, pray.
You're in our prayers every day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We need to be praying for Israel every day. I was on the track a while ago thinking about that. Every day, we need to be praying for Israel. Those are God's chosen people. He said they were the apple of his eye. And they're the most persecuted people on the planet. So, yeah, you're right. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you for your prayers.
Oh, it was funny. I was talking to Chris this morning before I go to my little bag here, which I love so much. I was doing some devotion this morning, and I had a great, Mr. Al always sends me a scripture. And Stacey, can you get the Nara Mandel? I have to go back and read that. Hang on, I don't quite understand that. And it said basically in every devotion I have like 2 or 3 devotion books, and I was telling Chris I was going through them, and every single one of them today for some reason said, wait, stay in silence with God and wait. And you know what? I should have read a scripture when I started out today, and I did not do that. I need to start doing that more. But it said, basically said, wait on God and listen to his voice. And there's a lot going on in the world right now, and that's kind of what made me think of how actually prepared can you be at the end of the day. And that's kind of how this video kind of came about. I was thinking about it. At the end of the day, you can only be prepared so much. But these are some of the things that we're doing. I was telling them out there, you're digging out the pond so we can have fresh water, and that's when you walked up.
Sure.
But this is my bag. You guys, this is a waterproof bag, but it's also a backpack. And it's really, really cool. I take this wherever I go.
It's your bug out
It's
bag.
my bag. I have medical supplies. I have a rain jacket. I have water shoes. I have a life jacket, a blow-up life jacket in it. I have medical supplies, as I said. I have aspirin. I have different things like that. My father-in-law was actually, your dad's actually helped me put some stuff in there.
Yeah, it's like a go bag.
It's kind of like a glue skin.
Yep. Narcan. This is a good tip, guys. Please take this to heart. This fentanyl junk that's running over the border, that's enough to kill everybody here probably, is a humongous problem. If you get it on you, if you get near it, I don't know exactly how it works. I've never been around it, but it's super powerful, super cheap drug. My father is an EMT as well as many other things, and he recommended, they said, hey, policemen and people that are around that kind of stuff, they get it on them. I don't know how, if it gets in their eye or whatever, they start going into an overdose state, and you can hit them with Narcan and it'll save their life. So that's something everybody needs.
Yep.
And an EpiPen. What's the harm in having an EpiPen? You never know who's going to be allergic. Just simple things that aren't real expensive.
Nope.
That can make a huge difference.
Yep. And that's what all the stuff that's happening overseas and all this just made me really, and I have 2 books I want to talk about real quick, but it made us talk about, can you really be prepared? That's just been on my mind lately. All right, we're going to give away a piece of silver.
Hey, Julie wants an email of your bug out bag.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, anybody that wants Stacey's email, she does a killer email like how many times a week?
I do it at least once or twice a week. Text me right here, 318-564, if you can see that. I'm not going to touch the phone because I'll drop it off again because I've just got it perched up here. 318-564-5823. Text me. I'll also afterwards go pin it in the comments and description, and I will email you. I email everybody at least once or twice a week.
And we'll get everybody the contents of the bug out bag.
Yeah,
bug out bag.
It's cool. I know people made fun of me, but then we went camping the other day, and guess what? A little kid, got scraped, hurt, or whatever, was crying, and I was able to use my bug out bag. Anyway, we're going to do a piece of gold silver buffalo.
And we will send it in the silver email update.
And so you guys, I'm going to do #prepared. There you go. And then we'll find you. So start right now doing #prepared, and then we'll pick somebody. And while you guys are doing #prepared,
Kurt had some friends of his mine smoking weed that somebody laced with fentanyl. He died. That is scary.
That's scary.
That they could put it in anything. Somebody could drop it in somebody's drink.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about.
There's some evil people out there, and I have a bad habit of kind of hoping everybody's good, but I'm learning lately that's not the case. But
you even told me that the other day. You said, I never thought somebody would throw something up in my face, because I used to say that all the time, and you said, now you're seeing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm going to get, I got a special treat for everybody while they're doing the hashtag.
Well, I want to talk about two books too.
Okay.
While we're
talk about the books. I'm going to go show you another trick you guys might want to try.
Okay. Well, you guys, You got a treat tonight. He actually got to come on with me tonight because we've been so busy, as we said. All right, you guys, I have this book. If you've never read this book, it's called 1 Second After. You guys need to read this book. This is what has helped me so much prepare on different things you don't think about. Everyday things you need, like extra shoes, extra gloves, extra socks, extra underwear. Hate to say it, but you need some extra panties. You're going to run out underwear. Different things like that. I just, when I was reading this book, it really brought home to me how prepared are you actually. And this is a great book to read. It's a little bit scary. I hate to say it, but it is. And this is another book you need to read, When Money Dies. You need to read this book. So these are the 2 books that I'm going to recommend in this video. And you need to go read them because it will help you. I am sorry.
You know, you got a thing that holds the camera.
It wouldn't work because it wouldn't go a long ways.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
I'll
I did.
show you how.
Sorry.
We zoomed in somehow. Okay, now.
I'm a disaster when I do this by myself.
A hack. That.
Oh, he did something really cool today.
I've never seen this before. This is a can of paint. Yeah,
Somebody
big
said,
deal.
ouch.
Woohoo. But it's a refillable can of paint. Isn't that cool? So you can weld a little fitting, a little collar in your paint can. Recommend a valve. This will probably gum up and not work, but I wanted to see if it would work. And the only thing, it worked great. The only thing I would recommend is do not fill it up all the way. It won't work very good. It'll squirt. It won't.
So you tried it.
Oh yeah, it's too full. It's like slap full. So anyway, I hope somebody tries that. I'm actually going to put the video on the welding channel. Check out Taylor Welding if you're interested. I know this is all about girl stuff. Well, sorry, there's a little bit of man stuff.
Nope. All right, now I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit prepared, #prepared. I'm going to go all the way to the top. Let's see, prepared. Boom. Oh, it's passed. Mud duck. Just passed. Mud duck, prepared. #prepared. Mud duck. I don't know who you are, but if you will text me at 318-564-5823, and text me your mailing address, then I will get you that piece of silver to you. So, Mud Duck, you just won the piece of silver. And that's kind of all I had.
Congratulations, Mud Duck.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump online. It kind of, Chris and I have been talking about.
Handle.
I do too. We've just been
Makes me
talking.
think of a spoonbill. Call them Hollywood's here. Yeah, they're ducks. They're mud ducks actually. And nobody really wants you to shoot them because it messes up everybody else to get the big ducks. But anyway, congratulations, Mud Duck. Yeah. Guys, I had no idea she was out here doing a live. That's the truth. And I do miss seeing everybody. I've got
you got to get back to work.
Equipment at my exposure, and it's getting dark, and so I'll try to get everything done before dark, and then it's time to do everything else. So.
All right, well, Mud Duck, text me 318-564-5823. Your mailing address. I will get that mailed to you. And will you guys just be prepared? And
yeah, we'll cut off, but I want to look at some of the comments. Do you mind?
No, go for it.
Mine, this is.
You have to go way up.
Romans 9:6. We didn't learn about God's chosen. All right.
Usually I do it with vertical. I've started doing that, and I didn't do it this time.
Yeah, so, oops is right. I'll get Stacey's.
I know.
I'll get her fixed up.
I'm learning, you guys. Bear with me.
Thanks, Carlos. Love you too, brother.
I'm learning.
Have you ever thought about a apocalypse scenario who the fattest neighbor is you?
Starvation scenario could eat if you
could
had...
eat them across your mind. I've never had that thought, actually.
You're going to do a sling blade moment.
I like biscuits. Mustard. Not fat neighbors. I'm out on that. No, never thought about that. But I guess if you had to do it, the fat ones would be better.
In this book, just so you know, they do talk about eating other people, as horrible as it sounds, and dogs.
That's gone on through history, guys. Too bad they didn't have preps. They wouldn't have to eat each other, you know? Hopefully we'll be prepped up enough where we don't have to eat each other. Guys, have an awesome, awesome day. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for jumping in.
Yep. Later.